yesterday. They're like, oh, it's going to be so hot. It is windy. Don't even think about it. You get in the car, just pouring sweat. I take my hat off, send you the photo. It looked like Vern Troyer ran out of my bathroom shower and sat on my bed. It is the grossest thing. I didn't think that was bad, right? Because I'm like, hey, I'll dry. It's a fucking sweat stain on my comforter. It's the most disgusting, foul thing, and I think I ruined it.
It's a secondhand sweat stain, dude. It's not even like from the source. It got transferred through osmosis.
I did not think about that.
It's secondhand sweat, dude.
Oh, it's so gross looking. And now if any girl comes in, how am I going to get them, the way that formed, believe that was a hat?
No, that was a girl. Dude, now you got to be like, yeah, see? I got cheeks soaking over here. You're going to be dripping by the time you're done out of this bedroom.
Yeah.
The last girl who walked in here saw my Texas and Targaryen flag and just fucking sat on the bed immediately.
Oh, dude. She put her hair in sport mode and took her glasses off. It was crazy.
She put those Crocs in sports mode, dude. She needed the grip.
You ever seen those crazy motions where the quick 2-second ponytail?
Yeah, dude. Oh, the girls. Yeah, that's when you know you've entered a hoe factor.
You know, it is funny.
When girls can throw it up that fast.
All the people in jail, I feel you. And you should use women logic now. You were in a phase. You were just in a murder phase. You're done. You're not that anymore. Just like hoe phases. It's like a 5-year window.
Phases don't count.
You know, and it's so funny because they say hoe phases, and I got to thinking, no one uses whore really unless you're talking about a dude anymore.
That's not true. Yeah, prostitutes are whores because that's where the actual
I
definition
call them
comes
business women.
I call those entrepreneurs.
Yeah, that's right.
I call them OF models.
Yep, that's what I was actually thinking. You know,
yeah, you're
as
right.
The kids
it's always
say, you
man
don't need
whores.
no riz to fish out those.
Right. It's you only hear man whore.
Yeah, exactly.
If you call a woman a whore, you be ready to throw hands. Like those are fighting
I've said
words.
whore to women before, but in reference to me, like I always do for lack of a better word, I always whored out, and it's always to do something bad, like our parents wanting to give me chicken pox that never happened, and it's like they whored me out.
Yeah, voluntary
sickness.
Anytime you get well, I'm just saying anytime when you get voluntold. Man, well, yeah, voluntold. What is the past tense like? Is it just volunteered?
Yeah, it's volunteered.
Yeah, volunteered. man, my brain
really
was like
struggled on it. And I was like, oh man, do you have COVID?
I think I'm having a stroke. But when anybody volunteers you without asking you, you're getting whored out.
Oh,
They become your pimp.
Cool.
Yeah, you become a prostitute, and they're a pimp, and they're just pimping out your services.
Yeah,
God, that sucks,
dude. I'm sorry, young dudes. The draft is happening.
Oh, dude. Well, it'll happen to us.
Nah.
Maybe not you. You're old as dirt now.
Yeah, dude. I'm dead. I'm basically dead. They're carving my gravestone as I'm talking right now.
Yeah. I'm probably somehow I'm in a later class. Like I'm a seventh round pick at this point.
Oh yeah, dude.
I'm not going in the first round,
right.
but I'm like a seventh
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Tom Brady, man. You're going.
I'm a Mr. Irrelevant pick.
I'm probably going to be overlooked. I might be on the practice squad, though.
I'll tell you what, I might be Mr. Irrelevant, but I'm going to be the Brock Purdy of Mr. Irrelevance I get drafted in the Army.
No,
I've watched American Sniper enough times. I've seen game film.
I just know that shit's going to happen because they're already talking about it, trying to push that. Fuck.
There's a lot of weird, shit like that. That sucks for those guys. And I didn't know this. But aren't you still required to register for the draft, or did they actually do away with that? Because I remember when I was still in high school,
they're making it.
You were required to sign up for the draft.
Yeah, you had to sign up so you could do it like when you're in college and you're like, my name's Ric Flair.
Yeah.
I think the thing they're pushing for is to mandatorily sign you up. You don't have to do shit. Like it's just
automated.
Cool. You're signed up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. hey, do you want Apple Plus? Well, you gotta get drafted.
Yeah, exactly.
They're just gonna withhold all, like, you want your Netflix account back? Well, you better sign up for the draft.
Oh, no, the way they'll get everybody is go, well, do you want AT&T or Verizon? Okay. T-Mobile too now. That's how you get your
Dude.
discounted rate.
Pornhub is going to get blocked. You know how they've been trying to get the restricted age thing on all, like, in Pornhub's pulling out? The Pornhub's going to be like, listen, guys, they're forcing our hand here. If you sign up for the draft, you can have Pornhub back.
I mean, they're going to get all the passport bros. Be like, free trip overseas, eh?
Yeah, dude, yeah. Dude, I want to hear what recruiters' pitches is these days, because the pitches have to be terrible.
Easy.
There's
No,
nothing
it's easy.
good about it.
5'5", blue eyes.
But the recruiter pitch for the military has to be terrible these days. Because what was the part of the pitch that got you, that you were like, I should sign up. I got to do this.
This is really sad. Cheap Pizza Hut pizza and free smokes.
Really? Was that really the selling point?
Yeah. I was a dirty.
Not even the school.
Dude, I was a dirty slut for food and smokes.
Yeah. That checks out, honestly. I'm not even, like, vaguely surprised, honestly. Listen, am I getting a fucking stuffed crust pepperoni lovers and a pack of Marble Lights? Let's fucking rip,
You
bud.
give me that, yeah. You give me that deep dish and a carton of Camel Lights. Sweet.
Nathan was in the National Guard, by the way, everybody. So he wasn't real Army stuff. So he was in the Marlboro Lights of the military.
Yeah, it's more like American Spirit.
It's healthier tobacco, I swear. It doesn't have all that extra shit. You're not gonna see combat.
Oh man, yeah. It was crazy, like all that stuff. But no, it was. The amount of chain smokers in my platoon were crazy.
Right.
It made me feel like I didn't really smoke.
Right. Wait, but that was the selling point. They're like, cheap cigarettes, you get that military discount, and then Pizza Hut for some reason was sponsoring
that's how
the
I was
military.
bought in, is the talk over Pizza Hut, and I was just stupid and just stuff in my face. Yeah, pretty much.
That's hilarious. Not even the free school. That's my point, is now, like, the free school was like a big selling point. And I just don't think that many people at this point think college education is as big of a deal. Like, I don't think that's a huge selling point to somebody who's looking to join, that is a prospect to join the military. I think a lot of other guys that would be like, I'm just going to go hit the trades now.
Pretty much.
But that's what the Army tries to tell you. Well, we'll teach you a trade.
Yeah.
In exchange, we might use you as cannon fodder.
Hey, man, you want to learn how to arc weld when there might be landmines around? Cool.
Yeah. You ever wanted to try to fucking make a nice welding line while fucking the earth is shaking underneath you from bombs dropping?
You ever see a person driving at you with a bomb strapped to them? Hit an IED, an IED, go flying in the air, and then that car explodes midair. I mean, which that video does exist, and it's like a unicorn that you're watching.
Yeah.
But
you could see that live.
Yeah.
And in concert.
You ever want to feel like Tony Stark and just turn your back to it and strike a pose?
Right. Have you ever felt the urge to just walk and not look at an explosion you just set off while you killed a family of 4 thinking that a terrorist leader was there?
Do you want to learn the timing so you can walk away in slow motion? It's just like, damn.
This video's getting suppressed on YouTube. We're not even outside the 10-minute mark, and we're talking about war atrocities. Yay us.
Yeah.
I
mean, if you want to talk about war atrocities, the really cool ones are all before we had tanks and stuff. It's like past history. What they did is wild.
Oh yeah, no, dude, it's crazy stuff.
Like the Romans,
like they used to launch
Viking, all that stuff is nuts.
Yeah, didn't they? Well, didn't they used to like launch bodies into like castles and shit?
With catapults,
like with catapults. Yeah,
to spread disease.
To spread. Like I was like, wasn't that Like germ warfare.
Yeah, it was the first version of yeah. It was pretty
No,
sweet.
yeah. Yeah. Did they? Yeah. It's now we have these rules that people supposedly play by. That's my favorite. Is like people act like there's
Yeah.
rules to war. You mean whoever wins doesn't have to deal with the cost? Is what you're basically trying to say.
Yeah, exactly. War became really tame when all these Geneva conventions came into play.
Who the fuck is Geneva, and who the hell is telling me how to
Geneva,
war?
she's the father or the mother of Sephiroth that came into play in Final Fantasy VII. Okay.
Who the fuck is Geneva? That's what all these warlords said when they got a fucking letter. Who the fuck is Geneva?
Oh, yeah. Poor, yeah. They ended Vlad the Impaler's dominion by introducing Geneva.
Yeah. So it's yeah. You're definitely right about that. The war atrocities were crazy. I read a thing about how back in the day, one of like the first grenades ever created were bee grenades. So like these guys somehow got bees into like glass jars and they would throw them into trenches. So then you just get stung to fucking hell because you have all these pissed off bees.
I mean, it's nuts. The thing that I was thinking about, though, because even mentioning like the past war atrocities and all that stuff, we don't fucking know.
No.
Because the victor can make up whatever they want, and they write it in the history annals of whatever and save it.
And they're always the underdog.
Oh, yeah, they always market it as, oh, yeah. That's like Alexander.
We're outgunned. We're outmanned 10-1. It's always 10-1.
Okay. Dude, Alexander the Great, they say he was like between 5'3" and 5'7".
Right.
I don't know what do they call that in Huskies where they got two different color. There's a name for it. They got two different colored eyes.
I don't know.
They
My
say-
dog has that same thing.
But they say he had that and sharp teeth. I'm like, so what? That's not a human.
He was a mutant.
He was a he was a carny. He's a violent carny.
Yeah. Yeah, he basically was from A House of a Thousand Corpses. He should have been in that fucking movie. Yeah, I didn't know. That's how they describe Alexander the Great?
Yeah. If you read
I didn't even know
history documents and all that stuff, and it's like, ooh, what? I thought.
Wait, who wrote those? Because that could be propaganda like, he's a demon, he's a spawn of hell.
That was new to me because I actually just listened to that podcast from Dan Carlin.
Oh, okay, nice.
So where he breaks down history. So he does all that research over God knows how many hours to make that long episode to talk about it. And I was just like, that's an interesting take that I've never heard.
Yeah, you never hear Alexander the Great talked about in that aspect, is that he's a monster.
And then this gremlin was fed after midnight and mutated into a monster that just wanted power.
Yeah, and who crossed the Rubicon? Right? Wasn't that Alexander the Great? Who crossed the Rubicon?
It might have been because he kept trying. He got decimated when he went to Asia.
Right. Well, no, crossing the Rubicon was like I think that's why it's a saying, because I believe Alexander the Great's the one who took over Rome, right?
He took over quite a bit from Macedonia. Right. Yeah.
But it started with Rome, I believe. Like he went, and if you cross, that's why they say. So
see, now my brain's breaking right now because I'm like, okay, when it comes to Rome, I'm like, there is.
Oh, that was Julius Caesar.
Okay, I was gonna say because when you say attacking Rome, I'm like Attila the Hun.
Right. No. So because the story goes. Julius Caesar went and made his army, remember?
Yeah.
You should know. You remember Roman history pretty well. But, like, they told him, hey, you can have all that on the other side of the river, but if you cross the Rubicon, it's war. And we will not hold back. And that's why that's why when you say you're going to go do something and it's the point of no return, you say, I'm going to go cross the Rubicon.
I really love that it took us thousands of years to update across the Rubicon, and we got the shitty phrase "jumping the shark" as an updated version.
Yeah. The point of no return, jumping the shark. Yeah. Well, you know why I got ruined, Nathan, is because the Jeep named a fucking Jeep the Rubicon, and nobody knows that it's actually a fucking river.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. Well, that's how I ended up finding this out, because Dad and I were traveling one day and we saw a Jeep Rubicon, and I was like, why do they even call it a Rubicon? And Dad goes, I don't know. Why do they? And so I Googled it, and it's named after the river because it was like, I forget why Jeep's reasoning is, but it's named after the Rubicon.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, they have a bunch of weird ones, like the Atlas, and yeah.
Yeah, well, they think they're explorer trucks for douches who don't actually explore.
I can't wait till these people start driving the Icarus and they find out it explodes at 100,000 miles.
If you go up on an actual mountain, the thing does explode.
Yeah.
If you get too close to the sun.
Barometric pressure initializes the engine.
Dude, I fucking hate Jeep owners. I really do. It's the douchiest car there is.
I don't know. I think the Tesla Cybertruck's rapidly approaching that.
That is getting very close. Have you seen one in person?
They are worse than I thought.
It's god awful. It looks like it's a fake car. Like, like somebody built it.
It looks like, remember the metal Tonka trucks of our youth?
It
looks like
they're built
that.
Tonka tough.
I've seen otherwise. I saw one that they're like, it randomly accelerated into this house and it's all mangled. I'm like, ooh. Because if it was a real Tonka truck, the house would be leveled and that would be fine.
Well, now you're looking at the glass half full, Nathan, because that's a bulletproof truck getting stopped by a house. So I'm glad to see contractors are actually building good houses. Because I've heard the opposite. I've heard they've been building shit boxes, but it turns out somebody's building the shit box here. It's Elon Musk or these contractors, and I'm going to lead towards the contractors doing their job well.
Well, if you're spending over $400K, sure. Otherwise, you're getting a celebrity home, and with a stiff breeze, we'll knock that over. And then that lends credence to, I guess the big bad wolf could do that.
Yeah, that's very true. Have you seen that video of the guy who bought a celebrity home from the 90s? It's the display from the 90s.
Okay.
And it looks, and no one's ever lived in it, so it's just been a display home for this whole neighborhood, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he finally got to buy it. And
I love how you go. He
is,
could finally buy it like it's a privilege.
Well, but like he did get to buy it, and it was cheaper because it's so outdated. Because it's pristine. Like, it looks like it's straight out of a 90s sitcom. It looks like a fucking set. Like, the cabinets are all 90s nostalgia. The microwave, like, there's not even the plastic off of the oven. It's crazy.
That rules.
It rules. Honestly, I was so jealous that this man got this house.
The funny thing
that's
is,
why
if it's seriously,
that's why it is a privilege he got it,
okay,
Nathan. That's why I was
that.
speaking
if
so
that
highly.
Stuff is truly from the 90s and brand new, it lasts longer than anything today.
Yeah. When you open the door, the Full House theme song plays. Everywhere you look, it's your childhood. You're fucking old, and you're going to the grave.
The basement's not finished. You'll get injured here.
Asbestos falling out.
It's good, so breathe in deep.
It's a nice, sweet death. Yeah, dude. No, it rules. Yeah, it's the celebrity homes are there. You're right though. Those would get demolished by a Cybertruck.
Oh yeah, I think you could run through that with minimal damage.
Yeah, probably.
You'll be like that guy that says he's the guy that ran through the wall and said, "I'm Juggernaut, bitch." That would be your car. Yeah.
See, the Cybertruck seems like it has the same kind of aerodynamics in like smash power that bus we saw hit that car head on when you were in high school has. Because it's flat, so that's why I think it would compress really hard hitting a house rather than go through it. It doesn't have that sharp, angular inward go. You know what I mean?
I mean, I'll give it its credit. It's the first pass of a vehicle from the movie Blade Runner. I mean, they'll get better, but right now, no.
No, they're not good. No. They need a plow for it because it's a truck. I want to see what the Cybertruck plow looks like. I want to see that thing out like actually plowing snow this winter. Because there's someone by me who has one, and I live in a smaller town. I want that thing to have a fucking plow on it, plowing. I want to see how this electric car does in the fucking snow.
I mean, yeah, I immediately was down on it. Like, nah, when the battery, like the max, originally like, hey, it's gonna be 500 plus miles, and now it's like 300. That's a huge swing.
It is.
And then
for like 2 years probably. It's like an iPhone. After 2 years,
software upgrade comes down, bogs it down.
This thing's zapping my battery.
Guys, don't do the update. You lose 100 miles.
They changed the charging port. I gotta update all the chargers in my house.
It's no longer lightning. Damn it.
USB-C. Why did they do that to begin with? Everybody else was using USB-C.
They switch over to the Ford chargers.
Oh, this is fucking bullshit.
You know how much these things cost?
We need another $100,000 investment from our pre-orders to get the new
It's crazy because you watch, and I don't know about you, but I enjoy watching them, and that is just the sheer hatred for Tesla it's specific vehicles, the big box brands from here in America. So which is hilarious because Chevy and Ford built in Mexico, but American.
Well, Toyota is Japanese, and it's built here in America. It's actually assembled here in America.
Yeah, so it's just funny, but
thanks, Japan.
Yeah. Domo arigato. No.
These poor Americans need jobs. We should create factories there. They're flipping the script on us, dude.
That's great.
Slowly.
That's great. So
dropping an industry bomb on us.
They really are. They lost all of their factories. We'll help them out.
Yep.
So the funny videos that I enjoy watching are just the bashing of their towing power. Oh, look, the Cybertruck got stuck in the sand. What's going to save it? This random F-250 that showed up, and we'll pull them out. And then vice versa, you'll see the towing competition will be like, but the Cybertruck beats an F-250 when they're in the pulling power. I'm like, okay, none of this adds up.
Also, it doesn't matter.
No.
It literally,
anything
like,
can
that
get
shit's
stuck.
dumb. Yeah, anything could do. Dude, I worked for a tree service.
I mean,
and we had
millions
huge
of people's
trucks.
stepsister gets stuck yearly.
You got to tow him out, dude. Gilbert Grape's mom stuck in the house. Burn that sumbitch down. But like we had like big ass trucks that have real
big fish. Great band.
Real big. Rear wheel drive. I don't know why I couldn't say that.
Wheel drive.
But or four-wheel drive, for that matter, built for these things to get out of situations where you're stuck. And still, we'd had to get other trucks to pull them out. It doesn't matter. Like, any truck can get stuck anywhere. And, like, I'll tell you this. Nobody who's buying a Cybertruck at this moment is using them like a real truck.
No.
They are strictly like a purse for nerds. I think.
Oh.
Like, you're a huge dork.
Okay.
Or somebody with money. It's just a it's the latest status symbol.
Don't touch my Birkin bag, you asshole.
Yeah. That's why I spit on them every time I walk by one.
And they appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
the
I
internet's
give it that huck, too, and
say,
spit on that thing.
The internet's really obsessed with spitting on things right now.
I give a fucking Tesla a big old huck, too.
I am so sick of hearing about that, honestly.
I know.
I
know.
that,
I couldn't help myself.
No. I just find it funny because they're like, we're on a manhunt to find the girl that said this. And do what?
For what?
Exactly.
You fucking creep. Leave that girl alone.
Yes.
You know what? Also, you're not going to find her. She's an industry plant, dude. She's not real. That's all AI. None of that interview was real.
You know where
Nothing
you
you
can
see on the
find her?
internet is real.
You know where you can find her? On the forefront of the Russian invasion. It's an army plant. Only you can find her.
Yeah. This is all, it's all a plant, dude. This is all Russian propaganda to get us thinking about getting our dicks spit on rather than thinking about how we need to go to war.
Yeah. These psyops are getting crazy.
Yeah. It's all fake, dude. Yeah, this podcast is fake, everybody. I'm breaking the fourth wall again. This is all green screen. None of this is real. Don't believe anything on the internet. It's all fake.
Dude, we're as real as the NASA people that can't get home.
Yeah, dude, NASA is having a hard time catching a ride back to
It's so
Earth.
hard. You know why, right? It's hard to
Yeah,
drive, let alone walk on green screen.
Yeah, dude, it is very hard. It turns out Uber won't pick you up at the Kubrick set.
I think you got space rocks in the way. We can't drive over those.
What do you mean I'm not allowed on set? Like the actors are asking me to get here.
Sir, we show you're at the Warner Brothers studio.
I'd like to sleep in my own bed tonight. Tired of sleeping on set.
I don't know about you, but there's been so many videos where people are like, no, these guys can't be in space because they'll show gravity failure.
Yeah.
Where they're all standing there acting, and then something
They just have a
drops.
balloon and it just drops.
Straight-
Like a balloon just drops
Like,
straight to the ground.
what?
Right. It's not like you're on the moon where like there is gravity and there's less. You're in a space station where supposedly there's zero gravity. And a balloon of all things.
I mean, I would have appreciated it more if they would have acknowledged it and be like, well, the lead balloon test works.
Looks like that lead tape we put on that balloon was awesome.
You couldn't see it because it was red too, just like that balloon.
Just lying through their teeth. Yeah, dude, they can't get it home right now, Nathan. I don't understand how they can't get home. NASA science. These NASA astronauts they're just tired of being up there. How long can you stay in space? Nobody knows because nobody's.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, no one's ever really been. It was all a ploy just to stop the Russians.
Yeah. I guess it could be worse, right? They could be stuck in the Atlanta airport.
Yeah, or the Orlando one. You're just like, it's always under
that's bad.
construction.
It's always under construction, and there's Disney people.
Oh, dude. What's worse? Because this
Faking
no.
astronaut landings or Disney people?
Well, I'm not just Disney people. I was going to say the people that believe this NASA thing, or with these videos, or any tourist in Miami, Orlando, the pink fleshy people that come back because they've never seen the sun. You know what I'm talking about, like that horrific sunburn.
Oh, you're talking about like rookie tourists.
Yeah. Which
Okay.
also includes all of Disney.
Okay. What's worse? So you're asking what's worse?
Mm-hmm.
NASA truthers or rookie tourists in Florida?
Yes.
Those are the same person.
Oh, I've been checkmated.
Because they're going to Florida. One, they're going to Disney because, goddamn, we're going to go see the House of Mouse, okay? Number two, they're going to go to NASA in Florida and be like, where are these fucking rockets at? I don't believe this shit. The rockets ain't real.
We went to Cape Canaveral and didn't see shit.
Yeah, they're the same person, Nathan.
Okay,
so you're
okay.
They're literally
Fair enough, fair enough.
You got to do a better this or that. I don't know too many Disney adults that aren't like, man, I can't wait to get a hug from Goofy. But also, did you know that the Earth is flat?
Buzz Aldrin was lying through his teeth. By the way, let's go to Space Mountain next.
Yeah, I want to go to Universal instead, though. Harry Potter World seems sick.
It's the last year they're available. We gotta go.
Yeah, dude. It's I don't know. I do get tired of the moon landing stuff at this point. You know, moon landing or space stuff is It's boring because it's inconsequential. Who gives a shit if they're lying to us about space or not?
It's so. My question is, what are we really achieving with the space thing? We're not going that far. The furthest thing and the most influential thing we've had has been an unmanned satellite that we sent out.
Right.
The
And it's all the way out there.
Yeah, the space station that's floating around the Earth. I mean, cool, but then you get to come back. Here's the big thing: we selected these smart people to go up there. What they're doing, I have no earthly idea. I'm not even going to pretend to have any inkling what they do. All I know is we send these smart people. Well, what happens when they get back? Well, they come back like 80-year-olds, and we have to reteach them to walk.
That's what happens?
Yeah, they get back because they've had 0G. They just atrophied muscles and all that.
Oh, I didn't know that. I knew the one guy, like, when they sent up a twin, they did that experiment, supposedly.
Oh, and they came,
I always say supposedly.
And then,
I'm not a NASA
they
truther,
sent up twins,
but I love
and when
saying
they came
supposedly.
back,
It's so
outwalked Arnold Schwarzenegger and Danny DeVito.
But he was, like, he'd gotten taller because there's no compression.
Uh-huh.
So he technically got like an inch taller because his spine decompressed and stuff like that. There were difference in his vitals, I guess, and stuff too from being up there, which was interesting. So, yeah. So who knows though? But yeah, I just don't get the. I also like if they're lying about space, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the advantage? Is it just fun LARPing?
Yes.
Is it just like, how long can we keep up the charade? Is that what the whole thing is?
I think that's what it is intelligent dorks are just like, at least we can be ourselves over here.
This is when
I
I
think
start
that's
to believe
actually what it is if you get a certain GPA and you're a theater nerd, you're accepted into NASA.
Yeah, you're accepted into NASA, and then also it's that, like, conglomerate of, like, 12 billionaires who sit at a table and run the world together, and they're all smoking their cigarettes out of their long little tube.
I don't like getting it on
extra.
my fingers.
I don't like touching the actual cigarette. I don't like my fingers to be yellow.
That filter turns a horrific color.
Clancy, I believe I can trick the entire world into believing that we've been
I'm just
to
loving
space.
picturing them all having those with the Cruella de Vil glove on. They're like,
Yeah.
I can't let anything touch my hand.
Marvelous. It could trick the commoners into believing in space. And then we'll get a subsect of them to think that we're lying about it. It's genius. We'll plot them against each other. It's my favorite thing, plotting people against each other.
We got money from the Tic Tac Corporation to say we have a UFO that looks like them.
Oh, splendid. More money for more lies.
Any specific flavor? No.
I just love having something where we can create one family member who ruins every holiday. Their mothers look forward to Thanksgiving once a year, and there's just one child who comes in talking about the moon. It just brings me so much delight.
I feel like those people are now the equivalent of what a druid was back in, like, Viking day, that just lived out in the nature and said they're speaking to spirits.
Wait. You lost me there. Which person is like a druid speaking to spirits? The rich people?
No,
who are playing games?
No, just like the people with the UFOs and all that stuff. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
I feel like the way they talk about that stuff is the same people like back in the day, like, oh, the spirit of Halloween or whatever, because they had some weird deal about it. But then they just spoke to spirits, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
So they were just tripping balls on mushrooms.
Right. Yeah, they're just the aliens are there dancing elves on LSD or whatever. Like that's what they have.
Okay.
You're definitely right about that. It's well, I think that's a fun thing. Like we always fuck around with conspiracies on the podcast cuz it's funny. But I think it's half the reason nobody takes conspiracy theories legitimately. Also, conspiracy theory is a term coined by the CIA. That's where that came from. Like and they made it into a bad thing because of JFK. Anyway, besides that, they
Operation Magic Bullet? What?
Yeah. Operation Success. Operation Buckshot.
Operation Blame the Mob.
But just people who are into them just take them one step always too far.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's always truth in them, and then people try to connect things that aren't connectable. And we've, I guess, talked about that ad nauseum, but that's the thing I don't get.
Yes, the red yarn people.
Oh yes, red yarn. It was red as their skin when they come back from
Florida.
Florida.
That's who they're looking to hijack. Like, I need more yarn skin.
Yeah. That's how you create red yarn, is you have to peel off your skin.
It peels the it peels the skin, or it gets the hose again.
This is gonna connect a good one. I got a real beat on this one. Oh God!
It doesn't connect if you don't feel the pain.
That's their sadist way of dealing with conspiracies. Hilarious. Yeah. Yeah, but you really wanted what's really fun, Nathan, is like we were just talking about the NASA conspiracy about them not just like they're not even really on the moon. You want to know the reason they're not getting back?
They didn't pay their Uber bill.
That is
Uber
one way.
Eats is
They
like,
have
hey,
a
dude,
very
you owe us $333.
yeah. I'm not picking up these fucking astronauts. They got a 2-star rating as passengers.
Yeah. Hey, send Henry down there in his Ford Fiesta. He'll get them.
They're always lying about being at the moon or something. Their profile just says liar.
They get mad when we tell the distance from here to the moon and then charge them accordingly.
It's funny because most Lyft drivers are conspiracy theorists.
You know, it's funny because the only one I've ever taken, I took him to the airport, and really, and I mean really big into telescopes.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, I will gladly guess 75% of Uber or Lyft drivers, if you bring up conspiracies to them in some way,
They'll light up like a
they
Christmas
have
tree.
a take. They have a take. Somebody's got a take, dude.
They'll give
you just
you
got to
your-
lob it to them.
You just lob that up. They will give you their personal number and be like, anytime you need a ride, I am now your guy. We got to talk more.
Yeah, as soon as you say something, you're going to hear a secret playlist get played where it just goes, turn the freaking frogs, hey, do you understand?
And then if you're like, hey, I know who that is, they'll be like, oh, a kinship.
Yeah. They just try, dude.
Well, that's okay, go ahead.
No, you go. You finish your
No,
talk.
I was good. Well, I wonder how it's going to be with, I think it's called Black Wolf. Have you heard about that one? It's down south where the driver's armed.
Oh, that rules. I love that.
So you're going to, you pay, I think you pay
I have
more,
heard of
but
this.
yeah,
I've
your
heard of
driver
that. I didn't know the
will be
name.
just strapped.
That's actually
yeah,
sick
I think
as fuck.
that's the name.
That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. I was like, when I first heard of it, I'm like, that's awfully close to a certain PMC group.
You know, the government might shut that down, though, because that might be an organized militia of common people coming together.
They just named it something other than a private militia.
Yeah. But the reason why the astronauts can't get back, Nathan, Boeing.
Oh.
After numerous holdups, Boeing's successful launch of Starliner on June 5th, it docked it at IS the following day, giving a major boost to NASA's plan to lean towards private companies to shuttle astronauts to space.
I know why. They don't want to pay that bill because they blew the doors off the competition.
Yeah. Wilmore and Williams originally were supposed to spend 80
That is
days
funny because
at the
there is
space station.
there is more Wills after Wilmore. There's Williams.
Yeah, I didn't know a law firm got sent up there. We're litigating space.
We're going.
Did space touch you in an inappropriate area?
We will
call Wilmore and Williams.
We will go supernova on your defense.
Did some satellite touch your black hole? Call Wilmore and Williams. You may be entitled to compensation.
We will defend Uranus till we die.
Houston, we'll make sure you won't have a problem.
Oh,
Did your former employer fly too close to the sun, and did you get burnt on
would you like to send them to the asteroid belt?
Did your paycheck dry up faster than Mars's water supply?
Did you give her a ring and she stole your Saturn?
Did your boss touch your anus?
Stormy disposition like Jupiter?
Is your job no longer like Pluto no longer exists?
Did it kill your acronym? It's just like, oh no.
Call Wilmore William. We'll defend your space law. Space law firm.
Does the defendant have more gas than Venus? Tell these blowhards to take a hike.
Was your entire platoon destroyed by an entire race of giant bugs? You may be entitled to compensation due to the Army's lack of care.
Did smart bugs destroy Rio?
Did your father cut off your arm during the galactic battle for the universe? You might be entitled to workman's comp.
Did you get unnecessarily worked over by Johnny Rico?
Oh, okay. I think we beat that horse to death enough. Space law firm rules. I don't even give a fuck about these facts anymore. But they're supposed to spend 8 days at the space station and come home on July 4th, 10 days ago. But the helium leak in the thrusters issued led to a delay. NASA pushed back.
All of them come back sounding like Disney characters. All that helium.
We represent the NASA Guild. The NASA Guild.
You know what, guys? From up here, it is a small world.
It's a small world after all. It's a flat world after all. They ruined our vocal cords, so now we tell the truth. The truth.
Yeah. According to the conspiracy theorists, every time they go up to that space station, they're hitting a button and it flips the world like a coin.
Yeah. And that's how we determine who wins the Super Bowl every year.
That's right.
The coin
Always
flip
go heads.
Whatever side, that's the mountain side.
That also grants us a bounty of crops.
Yeah. No, that stinks, though. Wait. What? There is no break for astronauts. Most stranded passengers would be used to the extra time and run up a tab at Chili's too, or buy romance novels at the Houston. Oh, they're talking about being stranded at an airport.
No, if you're an astronaut, you don't worry about that because you put on a diaper and you drive to wherever it is and murder your SO. That's how NASA operates.
I mean, I'm spending 6 days trying to see if I can get boners in space. That's just what
I think that's easy.
Yeah, I've heard it's not because of the lack of atmosphere. You can't get your blood flow to stay in your junk.
It's easy. You just take 2 rhino pills from the local gas station.
Oh yeah, well that is true. Those are proven to work in space.
Those are proven to work in 0G every time.
Honestly, that's what we should make our own boner pills and just say 0G is the name of the pill. It's just like so good you can fuck in space.
Oh shit, 0G rub and
tug. Did you receive a penile injury due to G-force pills? Call Wilmore Williams. You may be entitled to compensation.
Did you flare up like the sun? Call Wilmore Williamson.
Does the tip of your penis have a white dwarf on it now?
When you got back, did you have a new moon around your anus? Call William and Williamson.
Do you have more herpes sores than Jupiter has moons? I thought we were done, but we're not.
Did you have an outbreak of sunspots while you were in space?
Did the stars not align and that hooker was lying about AIDS?
Is your Big Dipper feeling more like a Little Dipper now that you've returned? Call William and Williamson.
We're now in the testosterone game. No longer a law firm. We got sued for malpractice.
But don't worry, we hired the ShamWow guy.
Oh, space lawyers rule. Welcome to the name of the episode. Space lawyer. Oh, shit. What else is going on? Oh, god damn. Holy shit.
There was Nick Cannon insured his balls for $1 million.
Oh, wow. Did you just insure your balls for $1 million? Call Wilmore Williams. We'll write up the paperwork.
We'll secure your asteroids hitting Earth suit.
Doesn't that a depreciating asset, though? Because you stop producing sperm at a certain point. And I know Nick Cannon thinks his sperm is liquid gold because he keeps shooting ropes and ladies.
I feel like he's got a good. He's producing a baby at a 60% clip.
Yeah. Well, isn't he? I mean, he's kind of on that. Like, it isn't like Eddie Murphy have like 10 kids or some shit like that. He's got like the same like streak that Eddie Murphy's got going on. Because Eddie Murphy's got a shit ton of kids, I believe. I'm looking it up.
Okay.
No,
I'm just
are
thinking.
You trying to think?
I'm just thinking on it.
You went quiet on me. I thought our whole thing went like dead.
No, it's just thinking. I think it just started hailing. That's a part of it.
Oh, did it?
The asteroid belt hitting your house. Yeah.
Okay, he has 10 children.
Okay, so he's
Eddie Murphy
less.
has 10 children. Yeah, because Nick Cannon has like 20, right?
He's got a lot. I think he pays over $1 million a year in child support.
The first thing is Nick Cannon's kids.
Okay.
He's got 12 kids. Yeah, he was trying to beat that number.
Okay, he's behind. And look up Antonio Cromartie's kids.
Antonio Cromartie?
Yeah, he
Who's
played
that?
for the Jets.
Oh, come on, I typed in Antonio, and that was the first name that came. And it said kids. That's the first search. How many? It doesn't say how many kids he has. 14.
Yeah. I think that's your reigning #1 champ.
Reigning, defending. Unless you go to those Mormons, but that's cheap. That doesn't count.
That is PEDs. When you start talking about Mormons, because then you get the sister wives. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's true. But
there's no downtime.
Does he have 14 with the same woman?
No, God, no. Come on, what are we talking about here?
Hey, man, you know what? There's some resilient women
I will
out
say
there.
this: Tyreek Hill, he is on track.
Yeah,
he's trying to catch up.
You know, I think some of these guys need to do like, you know, for every championship you can have another baby.
Okay.
Patrick Mahomes is on that tilt, right?
Okay.
Doesn't he have 2 kids? And I think he has. So now he can have a third one because he just won his third, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Cromartie played for the Jets.
Yeah. And that's why they were always in a drought. That's why he didn't have a.
Oh, so
that's
you're
why
saying
they never got to the ship.
He was in his own nuclear winter for the team he
Yeah.
played on. There's nothing else to do.
Yeah. Well, you know, you should have. You know, if you wanted to win a championship with the Jets, you gotta kill the former quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah,
By that,
we all know this.
Okay.
Everybody's waiting on Namath to just kick the bucket.
I know Sam is.
Damn. 14 kids, though. That's a lot.
I know, dude. Think of how much you have to pay in child support and birthdays and Christmas. Woof.
Well, it says here that he's actually a full-time – he's taking on full-time dad thing, so he must have all of his kids, it sounds like.
I know, but that's why I'm not saying like it's Nick Cannon that has to pay all the child support, but Cromartie is there.
Right.
But
Right.
you still got birthday. Like, I'm just thinking those big days where you're like,
yeah.
holy shit.
Right.
Because no kid's going to come back and just be like us, I just want an action figure. That's not happening.
Right. You know what I would do? I'd get really good at making at arts and crafts and just make stuff. It'd be like, you can't get, dude, that's the ultimate cheap dad move. Just know I love all my friends. I love you, Nathan. I've given you things I've made as gifts.
No.
Just know I was severely poor when I gave you that
great.
Gambit drawing.
It's great because you get all this stuff, and then you're like, well, what happened to 10 of your 14 kids? They all went to art school? Well,
Yeah.
we were big into construction paper art.
Yeah, right. But also, like, if you got like a handmade thing from your dad, like, that'd be cool, wouldn't it? Until like
It's gonna be like that fucking wooden pickle covered in blood off that. What movie was that?
Bad Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think that? You don't think Antonio's got some arts and crafts skills in the back pocket?
Oh, I'm sure he does.
He went to a few paint and sips while he was in New York. You know, he learned how to paint from Bob Ross.
All these happy little accidents.
Yeah. Trust me, I don't think there were any accidents. He knew how that oven worked.
Oh,
he
okay.
knew when to preset it and when
He
to
let it
put
warm
in
up.
patience. You know where you don't have to worry about presetting the oven?
Punandgame.com. Check it out. We got the entire network for free. Some jack-offs charge. We got it for free. So go check everything we got out there. Also on YouTube, type in Comic Wade Taylor. No spaces. Again, that's Comic Wade Taylor. Just spell it exactly like it sounds, and you will get clips of that man's stand-up. You will get clips and full episodes of this show. Not worth the time right there. So like and subscribe so you can get up to date on newest comedy clips and all that stuff. But back on punandgame.com, get some threads.
That's right, everybody. Head on over to the Pun and Game shop where you can get t-shirts, hoodies, mugs, stickers, all sorts of cool stuff to represent your favorite shows here at punandgame.com. And don't forget to use promo code WGAF. That's promo code WGAF, and that gets you free shipping at checkout. So don't forget to use that promo code WGAF. Guys, if you want to watch me do stand-up, this weekend, the Friday, the 28th, is the last shows here at Teehee's Comedy Club at their current location. They're actually moving new location coming later this winter is when it'll be open. That's the goal, what they're shooting for. But for right now, it's the last shows are going to be at the Comedy Club. And I'm performing at the 9:30 show on Friday the 28th, June 28th, if you're listening to this. 9:30. Come out to that. It's going to be a fun time. Going to be a banger of a show.
All right, kids, I don't know how to explain this to you. Only 2 of you can go to NASA. The rest of you are going to art school. We're out. Peace.
Did your dad deny you going to space? Call William and Williams.
Who is it?